It is 3 in the morning. Your eyes are wide open, staring. A disaster loop plays in your head. What if the car breaks tomorrow? What if your computer crashes tonight? Will your boss fire you suddenly? What if your pet needs surgery? You think this stress is normal, but it actually isn't. This anxiety isn't about hard work. It is about your cash thickness, the thickness of your safety net. You don't need $1 million. The real threshold is much smaller. It is exactly $10,000. 20,000 changes the game entirely. The first 1,000 is the hardest. Without a buffer, your brain panics. Psychologists call this survival mode. Every choice is driven by fear. You can't quit a bad job. 1 month's gap could be fatal. You can't say no to demands. Investing in yourself feels impossible. Even a yogurt feels like a risk. You're calculating every single penny. Scarcity is driving your engine. Survival mode consumes your brain power. Constant small choices exhaust you. The financial alarm never stops ringing. 10,000 means you can breathe. The value is knowing it's there. Now you can finally start planning. Look, the engine light is on. With $0, it is a disaster. With 10,000, it's just annoying. Panic turns into a minor inconvenience. This change triggers a chain reaction. Your sleep finally becomes restful. You have more patience for family. You become someone who makes choices. Then comes the 20,000 mark. You stop defending and start attacking. That is where real power starts. Your mind becomes a strategic tool. 20,000 shifts your entire reality. Fear is no longer your master. Start with the first 1,000 today. Build your wall of safety first. The 2 numbers that save you. Suddenly, gravity starts working for you. $10,000 stops the bleeding. 20,000 is where you flip the script. Let me show you how this looks. Imagine pushing a giant boulder uphill. The hardest part isn't the middle. It's the very first inch of movement. You give it everything you've got, and yet the stone barely moves. You start to question everything. But then you reach the top. Suddenly, gravity becomes your partner. That peak is exactly $20,000. Before this, you were fighting gravity, saying no to every little temptation, counting every cent just to survive, waiting for that next paycheck to drop. 1 car breakdown could ruin you. Now you have 6 months of safety. Your brain undergoes a total shift. You stop asking, how do I survive? You start asking, how can I grow? This isn't motivation, this is reality. You finally have the room to think. You don't plan vacations while your house is burning. When you're broke, the future doesn't exist. An empty account kills your vision. $20,000 puts out that fire. Now, your life starts to accelerate. Compound interest finally starts to feel real. Let's look at the actual numbers. Assuming you save $1,000 monthly, with a steady 8% return, time starts moving in your favor. Getting to 20,000 is the hard part. The next 20 comes much faster. That's the power of the snowball. Your money starts doing the work. This is the start of true freedom. Now you can plan your future. The constant anxiety is finally gone. Cross this threshold as fast as you can. Don't wait. Start your climb today. Leave survival mode behind forever. 19 months for the first 20,000. It demands discipline and extreme sacrifice. Delayed gratification is the only way. Is it hard? Absolutely. Most people quit during this climb. This is the hardest part of the journey. The majority quit right before the breakthrough. But then things start to get interesting. The next 20,000 won't take as long, because your first savings start working too. Your capital begins to share your workload. This is the point where compounding becomes real. The speed of growth becomes exaggerated. Wealth isn't about secret investment channels. It is the same percentage on a larger base. Growth becomes visible when the base is big. 10% of 2,000 is just 200. It's nice, but it doesn't change your life. But 10% of 20,000 is 2,000. Now, that starts to have real meaning. You stop being a saver and become confident. It's not just about the money, it is the posture. The change begins at the 10,000 mark. You start to have the courage to negotiate. You dare to reject unfair conditions. You gain the power to say no because you are no longer desperate for survival. This is a real yet unquantifiable confidence bonus. By 20,000, this confidence defines you. It becomes your most valuable career asset. And that is when you truly take control. This is your retreat money. I'm not encouraging you to be reckless. It is about the power to negotiate as an equal. You no longer have to beg for terms. When you know the worst case is manageable, your performance changes entirely. Interviews and raises become a different game. Often, you won't even need the money. Just knowing there is enough. It makes you more decisive and confident. You become willing to take bigger risks, and then better opportunities find you, leading to higher compensation. It's a powerful positive feedback loop. The more you have, the more you choose. More choices lead to more wealth. This is how money flows to money. It is not a secret conspiracy. It is the compounding power of options. But here is the biggest mistake. You see 20,000 as a prize, and you want to spend it immediately. Stop. That money is your foundation. It's not a trophy for your discipline. Mistake 1. Buying a new car. You tell yourself you've worked hard. Mistake 2. The expensive vacation. Trying to buy a temporary escape. Mistake 3. The house you can't afford. It all sounds so reasonable, doesn't it? But you must ask one cruel question. That money, once spent, is gone. You aren't just losing $20,000. You are losing decades of freedom. You are trading away your future choices, especially on big expenses like cars. A car is a liability, not an asset. It puts you right back into survival mode. Don't eat your seed money. Let your options compound over time. That is where real freedom lives. Protect your foundation at all costs. The power to say no is priceless, and the power to say yes to the right things. Choose your future, not just your present. Watch yourself transform through security. Say goodbye to those sleepless nights. Peace of mind is your greatest asset. Remember, we are playing the long game. Every choice you save compounds your power. Finally, you will truly own your life. Do not spend your exit strategy. Stay calm when others are panicking. Understand the true power of those savings. Your freedom is closer than you think. Now, the choice is yours. Most people lose $800 a month on transport. Over 40 years, that is a fortune. A new car loses value the moment it leaves. You are actively dismantling your future freedom. Once you hit $20,000, your mindset must shift. Stop asking if you can afford monthly payments. Ask instead, what is the opportunity cost? That $30,000 car is actually a seed. It could grow into $250,000. A reliable used car is a strategic win. This is the true mark of financial maturity. It's not just about the numbers you chase. What matters most is your new identity. Saving $100 might feel like a fantasy now. I want to tell you the real truth. Saving money isn't the hardest part. Becoming a saver is the real challenge. Don't treat saving like a crash diet. Extreme saving leads to extreme spending, relapses. Turn saving into your core identity. Starting with $50 is perfectly fine. Even $25 makes a difference. Consistency is far more important than amount. The first 1,000 is your foundation. The second 1,000 will come even faster. When you hit 10,000, everything changes. Your fear of the future begins to fade. You are evolving into someone new. Just keep taking those small steps. Your discipline is your greatest power. Build a wall of security around you. Winning becomes a habit you can't break. Your transformation begins right this second. Remember, identity always beats the amount. Saving is no longer a sacrifice. It is a strategy for lifelong freedom. Become the person who knows how to save. That is the mark of maturity. At 20,000, the game changes. For the first time, you are in control, instead of being chased by the bills. Now, listen closely. 10,000 won't make you rich. It's not wealth, not yet. 20,000 isn't a fortune either. It won't make you a millionaire overnight. but it moves you out of survival mode. It pushes you toward active creation. This is the line between surviving and growing. Survival is a cycle of fear. Growth is a path of choice. Lay your first brick today. Don't rush to show off. Stop rewarding yourself too early. Build a foundation that lasts. Accept the struggle for now. This little bit of restraint is key. You will sleep much better. And you will travel much further. Believe me on this one. Your future self is watching. He will thank you for today. The fear will finally disappear. Freedom starts with these small wins. Build your foundation brick by brick. It all starts with that first step. Transform your life through discipline. 20,000 is your key to growth. You'll thank yourself later. Start now.